What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another video where today we're going to be doing the preview, and it's the small matter of the FA Cup final. It's Crystal Palace v Manchester City, Cup final day. Bring it on. Before I even speak about anything, this game should be the last game in the domestic calendar. It should be on Saturday and it should be at 3 PM BST. There we go, putting it out there. So, before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. Also, don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. And finally, I want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. SofaScore are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest scores from around the grounds. They'll keep you up to date with the latest match information, the latest statistics, the latest team news, and so much more. Not just limited to football, it's got you guys covered for all the scores and information from all the sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. Very highly rated app. It is free to download, and anyone that does download using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So, match information for this game: down to Wembley Stadium in North London for the FA Cup final, Saturday 17th of May 2025 with a 4:30 PM BST kickoff time. Anybody heading down to Wembley, do enjoy yourselves and have a cracking time. Alternatively, if you're wanting to watch in the UK, then it is being broadcast live on terrestrial television, live on BBC One. So our opponents for this game is Crystal Palace, formed in 1905, led by manager Oliver Glasner, having a brilliant season with Crystal Palace and doing a fantastic job there. In the Premier League, they find themselves 12th. They've got nothing to play for in the Premier League, so for them, it's all about winning their first ever major bit of silverware when it comes to domestic cup competitions here in England. The FA Cup runners-up in 1990 and in 2016 in both them finals. They lost against Manchester United, so I'm hoping it's going to be on the third time they're going to lose to the other team from Manchester City. They definitely, that's Crystal Palace, will want to go one further here in front of their packed out, sold out west end of the stadium. Tifo at the ready, pyrotechnics at the ready. They're going to be well up for this. In terms of the FA Cup for Crystal Palace, in the third round, knocked out Stockport County at home by 1-0. They beat Doncaster Rovers 2-0 away from home in the fourth round. They beat Millwall at home 3-1 in the fifth round. They beat Fulham away 3-0 in the quarter-finals, and they beat Aston Villa at Wembley in the semi-finals by 3-0. They seem to be going from strength to strength in this competition. In terms of their form since Manchester City last beat Crystal Palace 4-2 in the Premier League last month, where Crystal Palace were 2-0 up in that game, they've won 2 in 6 with 3 draws and a loss as well, which was a 5-0 loss away against Newcastle straight after that defeat against Manchester City. That win coming against Aston Villa at Wembley by 3-0. They did beat Tottenham Hotspur away 2-0 in the last game as well. Spurs did rest players ahead of the Europa League final on Wednesday night, but still Crystal Palace turned up and showcased their form and quality, which is what they're going to be bringing to this game as well, because in terms of their dangers, it's all about their attack. Ebrechi Eze, a fantastic player. City have got to stick to him like glue, got to try and keep him quiet, got to have 2 players around him at all time, give him no space, keep him quiet. That's half the battle won as far as I'm concerned. Mateta in fine form, Sarr as well. Their attack, their unique selling point. They're going to take the game to Manchester City. It's not going to be like the game against Southampton last week where Southampton parked a bus. Crystal Palace will take the game to Man City, so it should be a nice attacking end-to-end game. Might suit City, might suit Palace. Both sides are going to go for this. I'm expecting goals. Should be a really good game. Munoz and Mitchell, other dangers at wing-back. Wharton should be back as well. Gay starting at centre-back. Henderson in goal. A really good team. In terms of injury news for Crystal Palace, they're missing Denaur and Decore. So I'm expecting them to line up with a 3-4-2-1 formation. Henderson starting in goal. The back three made up of Richards, Lacroix and Gay. Munoz starting on one side, Mitchell on the other, Wharton and Lerma through midfield, Sarr on one side, Eze on the other, and Mateta starting up top in their 3-4-2-1 formation. Got all the good options from the bench. Ben Chilwell, Nathaniel Klein, Eddie Nketiah as well, all really good options for Crystal Palace. Manchester City, formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola, find ourselves 4th in the Premier League at the time of me recording this video. Still got plenty of work to do to secure Champions League football for next season. In the last 2 Premier League games, remember, the winner of this tie will automatically qualify for the Europa League group stage. Crystal Palace have never competed in the Europa League. They've only ever had one stint in the 90s in Europe, and that was in the Intertoto Cup. So they've never played in the Europa League. So if they can win this game, then they're into the Europa League, and they're into the group stages, and they'll be able to look forward to European football coming to Selhurst Park and some tasty away days as well. But for Manchester City, focus now turns to trying to win the most prestigious domestic cup competition in the world on our route to the final. We beat Salford at home 8-0 in the 3rd round. We beat Leyton Orient away from home 2-1 in the 4th round. We beat Plymouth at home 3-1 in the 5th round. We beat AFC Bournemouth 2-1 away from home in the quarter-final, and we beat Nottingham Forest 2-0 at Wembley in the semi-final, where City make our way down to Wembley for this game and going to be in the sold-out East End for this game. Tifo at the ready. I believe it's going to be dedicated to Kevin De Bruyne playing in his last FA Cup game ever. Makes me quite emotional, to be honest. Anyway, in terms of the form, 18 wins in 38 games for Manchester City, won 9 of our last 14 games unbeaten in our last 10 games in all competitions, won our last 5 games before our 0-0 draw against Southampton. That included a 5-2 win against Crystal Palace, a 2-0 away win against Everton, a 2-1 home win against Aston Villa. We beat Nottingham Forest 2-0 in the FA Cup semi-final. We followed that up by beating Wolverhampton Wanderers by 1-0 before drawing 0-0 against Southampton. And what we've seen, I said, Crystal Palace just started to find some form again and going from strength to strength. Man City have just kind of been limbering along, so dropping points last week, albeit we wasn't expecting City to drop points. It doesn't come as a huge surprise because City just haven't really been on it. They weren't really on it against Nottingham Forest, if I'm honest, in the Cup semi-final. Forest had their opportunities, and had it not been for the woodwork, that could have been a game that maybe could have gone to extra time, and we maybe could have gone out of the competition. So City really got to book their ideas up here. In terms of dangers, we have dangers all over the pitch, and injury news: Erling Haaland, Rodri, Nathan Ake all training. Not expecting to have Rodri available for this game. I don't think we'll have Nathan Ake available for this game as well. Oscar Bobb, I don't know. I can't imagine we're going to see Oscar Bobb between now and the end of the season, if I'm being completely honest. But we do have Akanji and Ederson back along with Erling Haaland. So the question is, do we go with Erling Haaland? I thought it disrupted Man City a little bit last week, and for me, I wouldn't start Erling Haaland. So there's a question for you. Haaland, does he start for you, yes or no? Let me know in the comments. For me, I don't start him. I go back to basics here, and I start Omar Marmoush as Man City's striker, and I go with a bit more creativity into midfield because I think it suits us better than what we looked last week. So Erling Haaland, for me, doesn't start. If we're needing goals and a striker to come on, then Erling Haaland comes on at some point in the second half. We're also missing John Stones. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now. No time for sentiment. Ederson starts over Ortega for me. We're back to our usual back line. Nunes, Diaz, Gvardiol, O'Reilly. I want to see that back four. If I don't see that back four, I'm going to be furious. That's the back four we've got to go with as far as I'm concerned. Protection in midfield coming from Kovacic and Gundogan. I think the bigger question mark here comes about, do we start De Bruyne? Do we start Bernardo Silva? Do we start Foden, who goes through in midfield? Could it be Nico Gonzalez? We'll have to wait and see. We could go with the fresh legs. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nico Gonzalez, but we know Pep Guardiola likes his unks, so I'm going Kovacic, Gundogan, De Bruyne and Bernardo. All to start. Bernardo potentially going to the right-hand side. Could well be Kevin De Bruyne. I want to be seeing Marmoush starting ahead of Erling Haaland, and I also want to be seeing Jeremy Doku starting on that left wing. City could go with a bit more tenacity and could go with Savinho on the right wing. We'll have to see. I think Jack Grealish may be a bit unlucky not to start. I'm fairly sure he started against Nottingham Forest in a cup semi-final, so there's no reason why maybe he might not start in the final. We could have a bit of a curveball put out there. We could end up seeing an Akanji. Maybe we could even see a return to the squad for Khusanov. We'll have to wait and see. And for everyone asking about Claudio Echeverri, I'm not expecting to see him around the City starting 11 or in the match squad for this game. I'll be quite surprised if we see Echeverri in the squad for our remaining Premier League games, unless we've got nothing to play for going into the final game, which I just can't see that happening. Anyway, in terms of my score prediction, I think we're in for a cracker. I think this is going to be a really entertaining FA Cup final. And I'm going with Man City to win this game by 4-2. I'm going Crystal Palace take the lead. They go 1-0 up. Manchester City then get a couple of quick fire goals in the towards the end of the first half. Man City go 2-1 up. City then make it 3-1 in the second half. We'll get a grandstand finish later on in the second half by Crystal Palace making it 3-2. And with Crystal Palace chucking everyone forward towards the end, City hit them on the counter and win this game by 4-2. I'm going with Omar Marmoush to score anytime. Someone asked him about, is he going to put his mask on? And he says, we'll see. So I wouldn't rule out a big cup final. It'd be quite an appropriate time for Omar Marmoush to pull out the mask. So I reckon we could see Marmoush score and pull out his famous mask that he's done so many times with Eintracht Frankfurt, but not yet done with Manchester City. I'm also going Nico O'Reilly to score a goal. I reckon we might see a Bernardo Silva goal. I'm going sentiment, Kevin De Bruyne scoring a goal as well to bid farewell to Wembley Stadium and the FA Cup and his last ever cup final with Manchester City in England. I'm also going with Mateta and Eze to score for Crystal Palace. In terms of my betting tips, both sides are going to go for this, so I'm convinced this is going to be at both teams to score. I fancy a double of Marmoush and Eze to score anytime. Manchester City to win, both teams to score, and if you're feeling brave, maybe even back at both teams to score in both halves. Now next up, Crystal Palace take on Wolves at home on Tuesday evening in Premier League match day number 37. Manchester City also playing on Tuesday night as well in the Premier League. We're at home against AFC Bournemouth in a big clash as City look to try and cement a place in the Champions League for next season. But as I said before, remember a Europa League spot on the line for the winner. 8th spot could well become available as a European spot should Manchester City win this game, so we do want to be keeping an eye on that. And remember, Bournemouth are chasing an 8th place finish, so it's not just all about the FA Cup, it's also got a huge impact here on Man City's season and permutations and what it means for other clubs as well. Lots of eyes on the FA Cup final. Manchester City, if we want to win this game, it's got to be a 10 out of 10 performance. Anything below, because I can guarantee Crystal Palace will be at a 10 out of 10 performance and the fans and everyone will be well up for it. City have got to match that intensity, because if we don't, we will come up short. So we need to make this game about quality and showcase that quality on the pitch and be creative and clinical in this game, learning them lessons from that Southampton game last week. Now, last note, no live watch along. I'm heading down to Wembley for this game to watch this inside the stadium. So excited. It's going to be a fantastic experience. I will have my match vlog up at the end of this weekend for you guys to enjoy. I'll also have my match reaction up on Sunday, probably Sunday morning, for you guys to enjoy. Cup final time, bring it on. So, they have been my thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'll see you all again real soon for the next one. It'll be on the other side. We'll know if we're FA Cup winners. We'll know if we've got a trophy and some success from this season or not. Big game, this one. Big game. Business end of the season. I said it last week. It was a bit of a jinx, so I'm not going to say the same this week about what the business end means for Man City. I just want us to turn up, put in a high quality performance, and hopefully we'll be celebrating upon the full-time whistle of this game. Come on, City. Peace. Ciao for now.